Yep. Okay, we're live.
All right. So our thing. Let's see. So our thing
thing
is
is social media insights.
We
We
have
have
made
made
lots
lots
of
of
different.
different things for it. Go ahead and go to the next thing.
Okay. So for our ebook,
And we compiled a bunch of different chapters together. We each wrote 2 different blog posts, just like everybody else, and these were the chapters within the ebook. So we've got 6 different ones, and that's kind of like an overview of what's inside of there.
Yeah, Katie, why don't you go first and talk about your 2 chapters?
Okay, yeah. So I wrote about how to create a resume and a portfolio. And basically, I think these are like the 2 most important things that you need to have for a social media manager. Like for a portfolio, you can show off like all the work that you've done and like just be proud of it. And then for a resume, you show like all this experience that you've had. And so these are like some of the posts that I have done. And basically they were like all part of the ebook. And so this first one right here, so the first post, it was all like it's like a quick overview of like what to add and what not to add for your resume. And for my second post, it was more of like just the blog, which goes way more in depth of like what you can do with your resume, like what you should and should not add. And for my third post for the portfolio, it was again like that blog post that I had written. And it just shows like what you should do with your portfolio, like why you should create one. So, yeah.
that's great.
No, it's my thing.
Yeah, it should be on yours.
Okay. So I did 5 ways to maximize your social media presence, as well as 5 ways to maximize your social media presence and 4 social media jobs to get you started in social media, with a special emphasis on social media managers. So basically in this, I made posts about infographic that I had made for different social media jobs, including social media managers, and some statistics on that. And the first day I had a little bit of trouble with the linking. I posted that as an Instagram story and a Facebook story. And then on the second day, I posted a content calendar to show like, hey, this is how you can get content. This is how you can get content out. I was wondering if you guys have any like any more ideas of how to schedule content, or any things that you guys currently do to schedule out your content. Maybe it's kind of like a content calendar, or maybe it's your own type of version of that. And then I got 5 likes from that. And then on my third day, I posted about social media analysts and a little bit about what they do, and linked it to my ebook to see if people wanted to see some more. I got 2 likes from that between Facebook and Instagram. And then I got 34 clicks total. Hey, Katie, can you go to the Earnest?
Yeah.
The reason why we chose to do that is because Earnest is one of his pain points is competitiveness in the job market. That's why I wrote my posts. His motivations are education and career success. So that's why we wrote these posts, to really hone in on these points. And then he's curious about different social media jobs. So that's again goes into my post, especially job of social media managers. Katie, can you go to the post where you talk about that, and then explain why we use these different social media platforms, please?
Okay, so our campaign was about how to help people get a job with the social media industry, but it was more of an emphasis with becoming a social media manager. And we all used Facebook and Instagram, and we use these because most people they use these nowadays. And even though there are people in our personal lives who have taken a break from using social media, they still sometimes hop on from time to time just to see what's going on. And people like Ernest are also on these apps as well.
Great. All right, you can go to the posts I made. All right.
So kind of just to go over some of these posts and how they went. So this was, I have a screenshot here of my portion of the content calendar and the posts I created, and then a graph of how many likes and clicks I've got and stuff like that. So the first day, what I did is I made a post with a stock image of a guy on the computer with a link to my Substack article, which also then linked to our ebook. But the first day was how do you get more traffic to your website? And I asked that question. So go ahead and comment for you guys how you have gotten more traffic to your website as well. We'd love to hear those. And then for our second day of posting there, I went ahead and said, if your social media content isn't converting, how can you actually get that to work better? So if you have any other ideas in that as well, we'd love to hear those. Then the last day of posting, I posted the link to our ebook and just invited people to look at it if they're looking into getting social media jobs in the future. So, and that was all the data here. Didn't get a ton of likes. We got 6 on day 2, but then overall we got 25 clicks. So got some traffic, which was good.
Okay, so some things from the chat. When I asked the question about different things that people do, it says that it looks like Chloe creates drafts of the posts at the beginning of the week and sets reminders when they need to be posted. Good. And then some people use paper planners. Looks like Metricool. I've never heard of that before, but that's like it's probably something to help with scheduling. So that's good. Let me see, is there anything else in the chat? Nope. Okay. So let's move on to our hazing results. So the hazing results page, so we have this data, and if you go to the next slide, Katie, please. It looks like we got a lot of visit duration, but we didn't get a lot of visitors, but we did get quite a bit at the same time. It's not like in the hundreds, and some of us have more followers than others. So I was like kind of expecting more, especially since I tried to advertise it well to my family and friends. But you know what? Like people weren't as interested in it as they could have been. Maybe we could have used more hashtags and things like that. That's something that I learned is to use more hashtags, try to like get it up in that way. Maybe use different social media accounts, not just my personal ones. That's something that I also learned from this. What did you guys learn?
You know,
I learned a bunch about just kind of some of the specifics that we need to do as far as when you're making posts. You want to have lots of different variety, but then also you want to post on a schedule because that helps you get consistent traffic.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at my post and I was like, I need to like make these a little bit more interesting and like maybe switch it up a bit because I just did the Instagram story. So I was like, maybe I could do like a reel next time or just like a post. So definitely switching it up and making it more like interesting to my audience is a good lesson to learn.
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for coming to our webinar. We hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.